Sunday for many of us was the first day of an upcoming heat wave where temperatures reached 27 degrees in Heathrow and in Bedford. And temperatures were in the 20s in many locations in England in particular, but many other places too. The lows this morning, incidentally, Knock and Glenogle in Scotland and Northern Ireland reaching 9 Celsius. But many places were well into the 20s today, and that will continue. But this heat wave will drive temperatures well into the 30s on Tuesday, but becoming more unsettled by the end of the week, and now we'll show you just exactly how that's going to happen. So first, let's take a look at the latest air pressure situation. You see high pressure is dominating over the British Isles until we get to the 20th, which is Wednesday, and then things start to change. So let's take a look at Monday. So lots of rain to be falling in northern parts of Scotland, particularly towards the northwest, but towards the southeast less rain, but it's still going to be rather cloudy. A little bit of sun in Northern Ireland. Temperatures in the sun could reach as high as 24, but in the shade under the rain in northwestern Scotland a high of 15 only, I would say. Further south it's going to be warm, hot in some places, particularly in the central east and southeastern parts of England, where there will be lots of sunshine and a high of around 29 Celsius. Further towards the north, 26, 27 in Yorkshire, northwest of England, northeast as well, as low as 21 in Cumbria, similar in Ireland. Monday night is going to be wet in the Outer Hebrides, or rather the Shetland Islands, but the rest of Scotland should remain fairly dry, particularly on the mainland, and there could be some clear skies. 14 degrees pretty much across the board, the low temperature across Scotland and Northern Ireland right there on Monday night. Looking further south, it's going to be warmer, and it's going to be a rather uncomfortable affair for many people, with temperatures not getting below 18 perhaps in parts of Lincolnshire and the areas around there. Clear night though for most people, if not all. Ireland a bit more cloudy, temperatures similar, around 15 or 16 overnight on Monday, but certainly a mild night, but that's just a sign of things to come. Here's Tuesday, 25 degrees quite possible even along the western coast of northern Scotland, temperatures that may not have been seen in that area for if not a year then two, but partly cloudy skies, mostly sunny in most places actually. Further east you go the better, further southeast you go the better. Northern Ireland not looking too bad either. Only 16 in the Orkney Islands, but 25 elsewhere in many other places. And then you look further south, look at this, 34, maybe even 35 Celsius quite possible in central and parts of Worcestershire in particular, quite possibly is the focal point of this, possibly 35 Celsius there, but into the 30s pretty much everywhere across England and Wales, and not too far away in Ireland. So very hot on Tuesday. It's going to be a short and sharp heat wave. Tuesday night, it's not really over because the discomfort continues. Lows of 17 in parts of Scotland on Tuesday night. A little bit drizzly as well, quite possibly, particularly further west and across the central belt there. But in between you might see some clearer skies popping up. But really warm, and look at this, Tuesday night, low temperatures 21, 22 in London, may not even fall below 23 on Tuesday night, but there's quite a lot of rainfall, particularly further north, and well, confined really further north in northern parts of England into North Wales, at lows still only of 20, 21, 17 in southwestern Wales. So Wednesday, we turn back a little bit towards normality. In Scotland, temperatures into the high teens, low 20s, partly cloudy, perhaps a little bit of rainfall. It could be a moderate chance pretty much everywhere in the mainland of Scotland. Elsewhere remaining overcast in Northern Ireland without rainfall. Further south, there's a north-south split here across England and Wales, and where you see possible rainfall there is certainly a possible thunderstorm, so do be wary of that throughout the day. Early in the morning for northwestern England into Yorkshire and northeastern England, later on in the day in the Midlands, but highs of 28, 29 in the southeast, where it's going to be very warm yet again, but in the northwest it will be a reprieve from the heat. Wednesday night is going to be mostly cloudy for Scotland, lows there a little bit more normal now of 11 degrees, and partly cloudy over there in Northern Ireland as well, 12 the low. Some places along the east coast not going below 13, and it will mainly be a cloudy affair on Wednesday night. Further south, of course, it's going to be partly cloudy, pretty much across the board, as you can see. Still fairly warm nights in some locations, particularly south and southeast of England. 16, the low temperature to be expected in those locations, but generally a typical July night on Wednesday night, and dry for everyone. You can stay up to date on the Force 13 website. We have a warnings page on there which has more in-depth information in the form of a warning map, and we also have temperature charts showing you what to expect in the days to come. That's all for now, and we'll obviously keep you up to date during this heatwave on Force 13 UK.